Twitter plans to host Elon Musk for a question and answer session with employees. The Washington Post says the, quote, "Ask Me Anything" session will address workers who've expressed concerns that Musk could inflict damage to the company's culture, as well as make it harder for people to do their jobs. The move comes after Musk purchased a 9.2% stake in Twitter, making him the company's largest shareholder. Joining us now, New York Times contributor and co-host of the Pivot podcast and host of the Sway podcast, Kara Swisher. Kara, it's great to see you.
Good to see you.
What are they going to ask him at Ask Me Anything? What's the big question
what would
for
you
Elon
ask?
Musk? Yeah, what would you ask?
Yeah, what would your question be?
Well, I actually interview Elon a lot, so I've asked him lots of things over the years. I think I'd want to understand his motivation of why he's doing this. I have a sense of why he's doing it. One, it amuses him. Two, he loves Twitter. He's one of its biggest fans. Three, he likes to be at the center of attention. I think he's buying it because he likes it. It's like you're a rich person, you pass a coffee shop, you like the coffee, you want to buy it, the company. I think it's not as complicated as people think. And I'm not sure he's going to do the things either side of debates about him think he's going to do. So it'll be interesting to see. I think the employees are nervous because around the free speech stuff, they've done a lot of content moderation. They're worried he suddenly is going to be like a king and make fiats, which he can't do, actually, because it's an actual public company.
Hey, Kara, good morning. It's Willie. It's so funny to hear you say that. I was talking to someone close to Elon a couple of days ago who said, if you want to know what he's thinking, just watch what he says and does. He puts a poll up on Twitter. Should I invest in Twitter? Yeah. And he goes and invests in Twitter. I guess within his portfolio, this isn't really a huge thing. It might be a vanity play. But what does it mean? You start to answer the question for Twitter itself, which has been under some scrutiny from the right, especially for censoring certain voices there. Do you think this actually changes the company?
Well, you're using the term censors. Other people don't agree with that, so I'm going to push back on that. I think it's they have content moderation, like a lot of these social network sites, and the biggest one, obviously, is Donald Trump. And so what they did is on January 8th, they suspended him permanently, which is kind of a permanent word. And the question is, a lot of people had pushed back on that, including Elon at the time, because even if you agree that he broke the rules, only one person decided that, right, on this platform. And it was an important platform for Donald Trump. And so I think people are worried that he's going to bring back Donald Trump. I think on the left, I think that's one worry. Others are worried that he's going to allow all kinds of bile to run over Twitter when they've been trying to clean it up. I think the issue with this is that at some point Twitter as a company, which by the way is very small, people think it's a big company. It's not a big company. It doesn't have many revenues, and its stock has remained around the IPO price, which is really astonishing given how much growth other tech companies have had. And so it's a very little private square that a lot of people think of as a massive public square. And Elon is, of course, one of the people that loves using it. And so there's different debates on what that private square should look like, essentially.
So I'm curious what your thoughts are about the political complications this might bring for Elon Musk. Obviously, Jeff Bezos bought the Washington Post. It had a real impact in the way Donald Trump and other people viewed him. Is Elon Musk, is this a smart play politically at a time when social media companies are under so much scrutiny by D.C.?
Well, I'm sorry to tell you, but I don't think Elon Musk cares what any of us think of him, as you can see from his, he doesn't care. He's doing it because he feels like doing it, which is, I kind of call him the id of the internet. And he feels like doing this. He likes the company. I don't think he cares about any repercussions. He obviously has a lot of government relationships with his space businesses. This is sort of a sideline for him and an interest. And so I'm not sure he's, some people paint him as a villain. Some people are overly fanboy at this guy. And I think the truth is probably a lot less complicated. He is what he is, and he wants to own this. He's agreed not to take a bigger stake, and we'll see what happens. He'll definitely have an influence. The one thing everybody wants, edit button. He's been pushing for that. That sounds great to me.
Did a poll on
the rest.
Edit button is a very good thing, so you don't have to take down tweets and put them back up again. I do that way too much.
Can I make one other point? Can I make one other quick point?
Sure you can.
Twitter's going to have to Twitter is going to have to deal with the Donald Trump issue at some point, whether Elon was there or not. If he is the nominee for president, or if he wins and becomes president, it's going to be a lot of pressure on Twitter to have keeping him off permanently. And so that would have happened without Elon or not.
And you know what's so funny is there are Democratic operatives from time to time over the past year and a half that would grumble, say, oh my God, we wish he were on Twitter right now because we'd be saying stupid things that would be hurting Republican candidates. But again, going back though to my question I'd asked about Washington, we know obviously that Elon doesn't care. What about other people and his company people that have to deal with Washington, D.C.? I guess a better way to phrase that question is, does this cause complications for his company, whether he cares about it or not?
I don't think he cares about that or not. He's gotten into trouble with the SEC and everything else.
But again, I know.
The company is Elon. The company is Elon, and everybody else works. Do you know any other? I do, but most people don't know any other executive there. Elon does what Elon wants, and he's been very successful in a lot of areas. And if he feels like doing this, this is what is going to be happening with this company.
Regulators be damned. Okay.
The SEC.
There you go.
The SEC, particularly. All right.
Kara Swisher, thank you so much for being on. It's great to see you.
As always.
Come back.
You know why Elon doesn't care about anything? As of this morning, Forbes keeps a real-time richest people in the world. He's worth $282 billion, which is $100 billion more than Jeff Bezos in second place.
So help me out here, because you know I'm just a simple guy, right? I get paid in proof of purchase sales. Phil started that tradition, so I don't really follow this money thing very much. But like, did Elon make all that money from Tesla? Is
Kara still there?
I know he's doing rocket ships and stuff like that. And but like, where did he make because last I checked, it was like Gates, and then it was Warren Buffett, and then it was
and
then it was Jeff Bezos, which I can understand because we all buy, we all
see what he's done.
We all go on Amazon and buy stuff there. But like, when did I started hearing this? Like a year, like richest guy, and he just
Tesla's taken off. Electric vehicles have exploded. He was at the forefront of that, and SpaceX as well. I mean, it's cost him a lot of money right now, but that is going to be, if he becomes the guy who puts humans on Mars. Watch out.
Do you want to go to Mars, Joe?
No, I don't really even want to go to the next county over, to be honest with you.
Go to the moon.
We don't want to go south of 42nd Street.
Morning, Joe, live from outer space.
That sounds frightening.
Coming up,
42nd Street.
The latest on the COVID outbreak spreading through lawmakers in Washington. We'll be right back.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our YouTube channel. You can follow up on today's top stories and breaking news, or catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.